Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Eldrazi Ramp on the draw for game one. Hold Fountain Shock 18. Draw Windswept Heath Fetch. For Forest and Sprawl. For green. Based on Kahira, I'm thinking this is control. Lorien Revealed would suggest that as well. Surveil. Okay. So no hard counter spells. Blood Sun. I think this is that weird Lotus Field control deck that we played against. Does run Orange Chant, Days Undoing, Isochron, Scepter Lock, the whole 9 yards, as per usual. So I don't remember seeing Force, so Rumble seems decent here. Though I'm kind of curious here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we'd be short on Sire. So in that case, let us start with Starf Rumble. There's a lab, there's a breaker. We don't need to grab breaker, we'll grab lab. Yes. Grab lab. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're still short on Emrakul. So I'm thinking we go commercial district here. So 2, 3, 5, 7 next turn. I'll go temple and we'll pass. I would like to get to this Emrakul, but we'll see. Tune the narrative. Okay. We'll hold an off chance it's relevant. So they'll likely play Discharge with Tune, I'd imagine. Also, there's a possibility of Wrath for 1. Yep, that is a Wrath for 1. That does add another type to Yard for Emrakul. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm thinking 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14k command. So in that case, I'm thinking we imprint Sire 7 death and hold up K command. Plains, paying cost for Teferi, Kahira to hand. That's fine. Do you have an Orange Chant by chance? Orange Chant would suck a lot. But otherwise, we have Emrakul. Micah Spawn's nice. Sprawl, no. I'm going to say top draw. And draw. Do you have Orange Chant? You do not. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. One, two, yes. Emrakul. The trigger resolves, the body resolves. I imagine you have a Solitude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll grab the lab, actually, just in case they get rid of the spawn. Well, I guess I don't care too much about that. Because we have a Myco Spawn kicked regardless, but there's also a chance they Blood Sun. Yeah, we'll put it on top. Our turn, comrade. Do you have a Solitude? There's a Solitude, pitch Wrath, okay. Yep, no attacks. We figured that was the case. 2 Days Undoing. And a Solitude. So at this point, what do we want to do? We can Solitude pitch Kahira. I don't think I care about the Days Undoing. I'd rather they cast that. So yeah, Solitude pitch Kahira, Wrath for 0. I guess that's the spawn. We alternatively, I guess I can't Kahira and Wrath. Well, actually, I don't need a Kahira and Wrath. We can play Kahira and then Solitude at pitch the Wrath. Yeah, we can do that. So let us play Kahira. Solitude evoke. Pitch the Wrath. Target Kahira. Evoke trigger, yield all. Alright, so Kahira out, leaving just 2 Days Undoing in hand. I mean, if they want to refill my hand here, I'm kind of okay with that in the grand scheme. Not to mention we technically have another card in hand with the Way of Worldbreaker. So Valakut, Days Undoing. Yep, that's fine. We'll draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can do a lot here right now. We can... We can Breaker, we can Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm thinking Stomping Ground and then Sprawl Stack on the Forest. And then I'm thinking Ugin, as Ugin represents a 2-turn clock. Yes. Stomping Ground Shock. Sprawl. For green. Sprawl. For green. Ugin. Ugin no targets. Yield all. Plus draw card. Talisman. Pass. So yeah, Ugin represents a 2-turn clock. At this point, they could Days Undoing me again, and I don't care. Just for the fact that we can play through it. Is this a Teferi? It's a Narset. We can get rid of Narset quite easily, in fact. Days Undoing. Hopefully you don't have another land. You do. So you'll Days Undoing me, though. A little bit unfortunate, but still not the end of the world. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can Sire a 7-death exile Narset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, we can. So Sire to hand. Narset down. Play Shifting Woodland, Ugin plus. We do need to play around the possibility of Orange Chant, though, is the only thing. So I'd love for them to tap down, but we'll see. Tune. Flagstones need to put into the graveyard. Red for Valakut. Discharge Ugin. Okay. So it sets Ugin back a bit, but not the end of the world. There's Flagstone's trigger. Yep. Surveil. Lotus Field to Yard. A bit late for Lotus Field, yeah. 5. Solitude. Target Sire. Ward. Sure. We'll draw Ice Till. Let's start by plussing Ugin, drawing a card. Rumble. Rumble's kind of interesting. We have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 mana. So I'm thinking we go MTGO Kick. 1, 2, 3. Hit Flagstones. Have you played a land for turn? We have not, actually. I'm gonna cancel that. Let's do this first. Rumble. There's Temple. So now we can cast Ice Till. I guess actually I can first cast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Temple, MTGO Kick. Ugin target, MTGO Kick, Flagstone. Yield all. Flagstone down. Grab Ghost Quarter. Cast Ice Till. Ghost Quarter, target your white-blue source. Island, mill a card. World Breakers, great. We'll hit another white-blue source. Plains. How many basics do you have, friend? I guess we'll find out. We'll pass. And pass. I mean, we have a decent board state here. Even if they board wipe, we have Shifting Woodland, which can then grab Ice Till just to keep on hitting their lands. Is this another Discharge? Maybe. Also could be Flage, theoretically. But they have a lot that they need to deal with based on this board state. Ugin eventually presents a game-winning threat. Ice Till slow but surely getting rid of all their basics. I guess they could Solitude hit here, hit Ice Till. Yep, that's exactly what they'll do. So Ice Till down. Lotus Field. Sacking more lands. Okay. We'll draw. They could have Orange Chant. We'll draw. Emrakul. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So let's see here. I suppose we'll just start with Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Triggers. Yield all. Solitude down, no K return, body hits the board, go to combat, and discharge Ugin. Sure. Down to 5. Attack for 3. There's Teferi. There's Narset. And opponent will scoop it up, we'll take the win. Alrighty. That surely was a game against control. Let's see if we can get there in game 2. So we're going to want Heat here and Flute. Okay, return out. Bojuka Bog is a little bit tricky. With Days Undoing, it's tempting. But maybe we'll still trim the Bojuka Bog. And I don't know if they have... We didn't see Force. They could still have it in the sideboard. I'd also imagine they're going to be running Consign. So I'm thinking Ugin down, even though it wasn't Absolute House. How many basics do I see on this list? 3? 3 to 4, probably. Yeah, let's run back like this. Imagine they'll reveal Kahira, sure enough. 6 is actually really nice in this matchup. I will keep. I will pass. Hollowed Fountain, shock, and draw. Windswept Teeth, pass. White, revealed. Island Cycle, sure. East has Steam Vents, okay. Steam Vent, shock, 16 for Birth of Meletus. Huh. Yeah, that's fine. Interesting. It's been a while since I have seen Birth of Meletus played. Fascinating. Sprawl top. Draw. Wooded Foothill, fetch. 4 forest. Sprawl. 4 green. Rumble. For Ice Till or Flute. I'm thinking Ice Till here, especially you have 6 sitting in the wings. We'll hold in case of discharge. Meletus will make a 0/4. I imagine you play the planes that you revealed. What this? Price of Freedom. Yes, that will work. Main thing, if we have the Ice Till, so I'm not all too perturbed there. Lotus Field, sure. And we'll pass, we'll draw, Devourer. So in that case, we'll just play 6 and rebuild. Or play Ice Till and rebuild, rather, not 6. 6 we wait on. Ice Till. And you want to go for a forest or a fetch? I will say let's go for... Actually, I guess since they do have price, maybe keeping... At the very least, keeping our basics in deck is correct. So we definitely don't want to grab a forest. We'd have to grab, let's say, a... whatchamacallit? Stomping Ground. Yeah, I still think we go Wooded Foothill here, and Mill. Sprawl's fine. And we'll pass. They'll gain 2 life. Up to 18. 3 for Narset. Narset's fine. Narset will dig. Finds Narset. Do you play that plains you revealed earlier? You do. We'll go to end step. Fetch Wooded Foothill for a Stomping Ground tapped. Mill. Ugin. We'll draw. Lab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will grab Forest. We do not need to imprint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, we're going to go Windswept Teeth. We only have 1 Stomping Ground, 1 Forest. So no matter what we mill here, we should be fine. Devourer, fetch. For a Stomping Ground, shock. Breaker in Yard's not bad. Devour hit Narset. Narset down. No attacks. 7 types in yard. Revealed. Cycle. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So next turn we have Emrakul. Yep, next turn we have Emrakul. Another Narset. Yep. Reveal. Price. Price is still fine since we have the Ice Till. You know, as long as this Ice Till's on board, I don't really care about land destruction, to be honest. Birth. Okay. Plains. Sure. Draw. So again, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let us go Wooded Foothill in response to the trigger fetch. For Forest, mill and mill. Alright. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, okay. So in that case, we will lab, trigger, no imprint, no, and speaker. Speaker pitch Talisman. We're going to grab Emrakul and cast Emrakul. We'll attack at Narset and at Narset. You'll block. Narset at 1. There's Days Undoing. There's Narset. That's kind of annoying now, isn't it? How would we like to proceed then? Go to main. Make a wall. I mean, they're going to Days Undoing regardless, but we can force them to. This is a target opponent controls, which is pretty annoying. How do we want to proceed? And I guess they can Narset and Days. I guess we can reveal Cycle. No reason to play Price. I don't think there's any purpose of surveilling top, not with Narset and Days. Destroy a target artifact or land an opponent controls. Quite unfortunate. They have Kahira still in the companion zone, but there's no point in grabbing that back. I mean, we still have lethal on board, so they need to do something. We could reveal, but I don't think there's a purpose to draw for them, so I think I'm just going to Island Cycle, Fail to Find. We also get an idea of what they sideboarded. Alright, let's see. There's Amira's Call, Blood Sun, Flagstones revealed, Narset, Relic, Supreme Verdict, Solitude, Tune. Yeah, don't really care too much. We'll just Fail to Find. And I suppose at that point we'll just pass. We could Legendary Narset, that's true. I'm not sure it really matters too much, but it is one less draw. Choose Narset to keep. Yeah, because the issue here is this Days Undoing. We just can't do anything about it. We'll pass. Yeah, definitely right to Legend Rule, though. I always forget about that for some reason. So that was a good call out. But at least now they can't dig prior to the Days. So they probably just cast Days here. And then they need to hope they find Solitude to deal with the Emrakul. If they don't find Solitude, I'm pretty sure we just win. We're actually a bit short of winning. Triple red. Oh. What does Price? I will choose not to. But now you don't. Okay, you have blue still. Yeah, that's right. Supreme Verdict. That's not bad. Though, you might be slightly disappointed with the outcome. So we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Perfect. Temple. We cast 6. And we're going to Emrakul. I'm telling you, 6 being a green Yawgmoth's Will, pretty good. Alright, our turn, comrade. Lotus Field, you say, and the Blood Sun? Well. So we could Lotus Field, get rid of Lotus Field, Lotus Field. Blood Sun. I don't know, Flagstones? But then they draw a card for it. Is that worth it? Probably not. So it'd probably just Lotus Field. Get rid of both Lotus Fields. I'll float red just in case I reconsider, but we'll go Lotus Field. Trigger. No response. Get rid of Lotus Field and Lotus Field. Yes, sacrifice 2 lands. Done. Okay, there we go. I was thinking that it would just select them. It's really hard to know when you selected something in Moto sometimes. Do we want a Blood Sun? It doesn't really do much, I don't think, here. So I don't think so. No reason to... We can't do anything with Narset. No reason to Days Undoing. So we'll just pass. And pass. Imagine just Days Undoing. Thundering Falls Surveil. Yep. There's the Days. You find K-Command. K-Command's not bad. We'll draw. Mycospawn's also not bad. So how would we like to proceed? I want to get rid of that Narset. That much is certain. Let's go to combat. I imagine you have a Solitude, but you should probably do it after I declare attackers. Solitude, pitching Wrath. Target Emrakul. Yep, makes sense. Go to attacks. Swing at Narset. Mill. Breaker in yards, not bad. I will kick a Myco. Myco kick. Hit red-blue? Or, yeah, red-blue, I think. Get rid of their blue sources here. And grab a temple. And pass, hold K command. We're getting tight on time, though. Reveal, Island Cycle. Steam Vent, Shock, 18. For Blood Sun. All lands lose abilities except for mana abilities. Okay, so it's just a redraw. That's fine. Yes. They'll draw a card. End step. K command. Ramp and Scry draw. And done. Mycospawn, Temple, Heat. We don't need Heat right now. I will go Mycospawn, grab Temple. And draw. There's Mycospawn. So Mycospawn kick. Oh, one too many, damn. That was a mistake on my part. And we'll grab Temple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're still fine. Go to combat, swing, 6 mil, grab Ghost Quarter. Damage. And then we are going to recast Breaker with Retrace. Pitch the Ghost Quarter. Breaker will hit an island and pass. You're running out of lands here, opponent. 2. Wrath Birth, okay. So you get another blocker. Seachrome, you fail to find the planes. Talisman, we'll go to combat. 6 trigger. There's Flute. Is Retrace at sorcery speed? No, it is not. You also have a Mycospawn to kick. And opponent will scoop it up. We will take the win. Solid. Oh, is 6 only during my turn? Oh, during your turn. Yep, it does say only during your turn. So it's instant speed on my turn, but yeah, that's unfortunate. That's good to know, though. The interaction, or rather the line for 6 Flute has not come up often. But, I mean, we were just going to, at that point, I think, kick Mycospawn, hit another land, and call it a day. I don't think opponent can do too much with the number of lands they have. But that is good to know. Still have not played a lot with 6 due to the fact that it's a one-of, but I will tell you, every time 6 sticks on board, it just takes over games. I mean, casting Breaker from Yard, Ice Till to Ramp, Mycospawn from Yard, it just seems so good in these grindy matchups. But we'll be back for match number 2. Alright, we're back for match 2 on the play for game 1. Bit of a weird hand. On the play, it might be fine, though. It's a bit slow for my liking. But if I can draw into, what? Lab? Lab would be ideal. Rumble would be okay. Play Forest Pass. And pass. Steam Vent Shock. Ragavan. It is a Ragavan, so now I really would like Lab as a blocker. K command, a bit short, unfortunately. So Ragavan will connect and Ragavan will pilfer. We'll pass. And pass. Alright, what does Ragavan pilfer? Ragavan connects. Ragavan pilfers, K command. That's fine. I'd rather see a land off top right now. Arid Mesa, fetch 17 for Triome into Sign of Draco. Yes. There's Sign of Draco. We'll draw Sprawl. See, I want to Sprawl here, but that means that I can only cast the K return, not the K command. And I kind of want a K command here rather than K return. Alternatively, we could play Speaker, but what I want to pick up? Utopia Sprawl sets us up for Ice Till as well. I guess just getting a token would do that too. Getting rid of the Ragavan, I think, is very relevant. I guess we go Speaker after Sprawl. Speaker is a +1 with Sprawl on board. We can block the Ragavan. Yeah, let's do that. For green or for red? For green. Yeah. Unfortunately, no lands were found on our draws. Next question is, do we want to pitch with Speaker? I have half a mind to pitch Return to set up for a 7-minute value spell. So I think I will do that. Because I want to set this up, and I think I'm going to go Sire 7 Deaths or World Breaker. I'm thinking World Breaker, as we can hit the Sign of Draco. And we hope for a Soul Land, yeah. Let's go Breaker and pass. And pass. Leyline Binding hits Speaker, so Ragavan's gonna Pilfer again. Annoying. And they're holding up Steam Vents, potentially for Stubborn Denial. Hits Devourers, fine. Second main. What do you play? Wooded Foothills, fetch 16. So we no longer have access to the Breaker. Steam Vents. Shock, 14. Blue-red, Draco, 3 oh, Fable. I was thinking Flage. Okay. We'll draw Verdant Catacombs. So we have a few options here, actually. We can Ice Till Verdant Catacomb Mill. The only downside is then we can't K command. But this would get us to 6 at the very least, and does also add types to the yard for Emrakul. Alternatively, we can K command X3 and exile the Ragavan and make 3 spawns to block and set up for the Breaker. The K command does guarantee, not really guarantee, but pretty close, for Breaker to sweep. I think that might be the right play over the Ice Till, which doesn't get us to 7. Also could exile the Shaman, since it does have a attack trigger where Ragavan needs to connect. Yeah, so maybe hitting the Goblin Shaman might be right. Alright, let's Verdant Catacomb fetch down the 10. I will grab a Forest. Like, normally I want to go for Ragavan, but it needs to connect, so we can always block it if needed. Where the Shaman does ramp regardless. Ramp exile X3. Forest. K command, ramp and exile, exile, and done. So Shaman down, blockers on board, will pass. We just need to survive this turn if possible. There's Flage to Yard, though they're 2 off of escaping. 3 in hand. If Ragavan connects, they can fetch Surveil Flage, so we cannot let Ragavan connect. So we'll have to block the Ragavan, block the Rag, take the 4 down to 6. Fetch Arid Mesa 13. Plains for Flage. Flage Helix Spawn or Helix Me? Helix Me down to 3. So if Flage hits board, we lose. A Bolt will do it too. Alright, not much we can do about that. Yeah, unfortunately the binding hitting Speaker hurt us a lot. The whatchamacallit Us not drawing lands, there's a lot that game. It's a bit unfortunate. K-Return takes a lot of setup, so K-Return out, Gemstone out. We keep Ice Till because they normally do run some land destruction on the side. But if I'm looking at opponent's older list, it looks like they just mainly run Damp Sphere and not Charmal, which is good for us. We bring in Heat, or do I bring in Dismember? Zoo. I think we bring in Heat. Because he can clear Flage, which Dismember cannot. I think that's it. Yeah. On the play for game 2. There's Devour, there's Ice Till. Man, it's an early Ice Till, which is very nice. And then we can fetch and ramp. Yes, I like that. Keep the forest in hand, and then we can surveil on their end step. We also get to dig 4 deep to find something. So, I mean, this seems pretty good. A good fast start for acceleration. We just need to find threats, ideally off Devourer. I'm thinking hard on opening 7. We'll reveal Devour, trigger. What do we find? Speaker, Emrakul, Temple. We're gonna grab Speaker. Emrakul, we're pretty far off, and there's no guarantee that the Ice Till will stick, but Speaker allows us to grab anything that we need in that moment. So Speaker's a lot more flexible by comparison. We'll pass. They shouldn't be able to interact the Talisman on 1, so we should be able to cast the Ice Till. And I don't believe they run anything that can counter Ice Till. They run Consign. That shouldn't really matter much. Wooded Foothills fetch 19. Steam Vent Shock for a Ragavan would be my guess. Yep, there's the Rag. We'll draw. Windswept Teeth fetch for a forest. The question next turn is, if Ragavan attacks, do we block? Right? Because if they do attack, it means they either have Flage or they have a Bolt. Ice Till, land, mill, Myco. What if kind of like the Myco? Wooded Foothill. Do they attack? They do not. Okay, so that tells a lot about their hand. No Bolt at least. They could still Flage. We'll see if they have it next turn. We'll fetch. Surveil. Mill Surveil. Breaker 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breaker top. And draw. Windswept Teeth. I believe I have 1 forest, 2 stomping grounds, so we can mill. Temple. I will grab Temple and mill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can hold up the Windswept Teeth. I have no reason to play the Talisman right now. Right now, I think the Talisman's probably just pitch fodder to Speaker. I guess we'll see if they have a Consign to Memory in hand. We'll hit the Steam Vents. Do you have Consign? Nice part about Breaker, of course, is the fact that it is a recursive threat. Show me Consign. There's Consign. Yep, that's fine. Yield all. Breaker and Yard. And at this point, I will pass no attacks. Leyline Binding. Okay. I have no reason to mill another land right now, so that's fine. Ragavan will connect, and Ragavan will pilfer. What does Ragavan pilfer? Ragavan pilfers a rumble. That would have been nice, actually. I will fetch. Stomping Ground tapped. And draw. Bog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I think we will simply go Forest. Return Devourer. Even if you have a Consign here, you will only be able to choose the body or the trigger. So I should have one last Stomping Ground. Opponent's going to scoop it up, though, and we'll get the win. Okay. So Gemstone back in, Rumble out, run it back. Yeah, we had a lot going for us there in that moment. We need another good start like that in Game 3. Opponent will be on the play, I'd imagine. We can make this work. I will keep. Mulligan's down to 5. That's promising, especially with double removal in hand. I would like to see a Sprawl off the top. Opponent Mulligan down to 4. That is rough, buddy. We'll pass. Flooded Strand. Do you have the Ragavan on one still? Steam Vent Shock? Well, damn. Ragavan, good card. Not much I can do about that, so Ragavan will get the Pilfer. There's Sanctum. I will play a Forest and pass. No reason to play much else, I don't think. Actually, Temple might be right in case we draw into another Soul Land, so we will Temple. We'll pass. It also gives us the ability to cycle it if we need to, in case, I guess, of a Blood Moon. That'd be quite unfortunate. Blood Moon on 2. Arena of Glory. Okay. Ragavan will connect. Ragavan will pilfer. Ragavan pilfers a shifting woodland. That's unfortunate, but okay. We'll draw. There's the lab. My reservation here, of course, if lab is Charmoth. We didn't see that in their list. So I'm going to lab imprint Emrakul, because we're definitely far off of Emrakul. We'll hold up the K command, because they could have Consign, they could have Stubborn Denial in hand. I do think I'm going to cast this now, though, and ramp an Exile, force them to have it now, instead of seeing one card deeper. And done. And we'll scoop it up. We'll take the win. Yeah, that was going to be pretty hard for them to come back from, given that they were down on 4. Even with the turn 1 Ragavan, I mean, this hand, once it gets started, there's no coming back. We'll put it that way. But we'll be back for match 3. All right, we're back for match 3 on the draw for game 1. Opponent is supposedly playing energy. Mulligan's down to 6. And we'll pass in full. Arid Mesa fetch 19. Sacred Foundry Shock. Ragavan. Always with the turn 1 Ragavans with you. Yes, we'll play Temple in case we draw into another soul land and pass and hold. Ragavan will connect. Ragavan will pilfer. Formidable Speaker would have been nice. You can actually cast Formidable Speaker. That's kind of awkward, actually. It's actually really good for them to play Speaker, pitch Flage. That would be kind of cute. Not gonna lie. Guide of Souls. Voice of Victory. Trigger Guide of Souls. The Voice of Victory is kind of annoying. Sanctum. How do we proceed then? I think we need to get rid of the Guide of Souls, bottom line. So I'm thinking Sanctum, K-Command, Guide. Ramp and Exile. That way we can block the Rag. The only downside here is that this K return does not clear Voice of Victory, but we need to get rid of this Guide of Souls. No ifs or buts about that. Yep, so Sanctum of Ugin, K-Command, Ramp and Exile. Hit the Guide. And done. And pass. And hold. So we need to find a way to get rid of the voice. That would be ideal. Discharge. Bombardment. This way you can attack with voice, sack a token, and get in for 4 and pilfer. Yes, that makes sense. We'll sack in response and pass. Yep, not much we can do about that. Down to 14, pilfers a devourer. Bombardment, target me down to 13. We'll draw. There's Emrakul. I'm half tempted to K return to get rid of the Ragavan, but I think instead we might just want to ramp. The problem is that the Rumble no longer presents itself as a blocker, so maybe we Speaker instead. Actually, that is tempting. So if we go Stomping Ground Shock down to 11, Formidable Speaker, pitch a Talisman. What would we pick up? 3 types in yard. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess we'd pick up a Myco Spawn as another blocker. The Speaker does provide a 2/4 body, which is nice. Yes, let's go this route. It's not my favorite line in the world, but I think it is our best choice right now. Speaker. Speaker pitch Talisman. And we grab Myco Spawn, yeah? Yeah. and pass. So Speaker can block the Ragavan, but they'll likely just attack in a Voice. We'll take, what? 4 damage, potentially? Yeah. So we're looking at 4 damage down to 7. Voice being a 1/3 is very relevant in this matchup. Much like my creatures being 2/4s are very relevant as well. Static Prison. The one of Static Prison getting us, damn. Ragavan Pilfers, a Sprawl. Flage Helix, and that is the game. Yep. I mean, everything came up opponent. Not much we can do about that. Alright. So we'll bring in Heat, and we will trim Gemstone. Emrakul, and what else? I'm thinking Breaker. Yeah, I think that's relevant. Paducah Bog is good. Ghost Quarter is relevant. Their list runs 3 basics, so definitely susceptible to the Ice Till loops. Alright, let's run it back. On the play for game 2. Again, it's a little bit slow, but once it gets going, it's going to be pretty good. Would love to see a Rumble off our Surveil. Otherwise, we can just try and accelerate with Myco Spawns. Rumble or Sprawl would be good. The Rumble would be best here if they play a turn 1 Ragavan, which, let's see. Ocelot Pride is fine. Would rather see an Ocelot Pride than a Ragavan. Windswept Teeth fetch. Surveil. Heat I do like. I'll put that on top. It's not acceleration, but it does present Temple or Forest Temple in case we find a whatchamacallit, another temple for kicked Myco. Do I heat now? If we're looking at their list, they do not play Mana Tithe, so I think we are fine. Just hold up the heat. Next, we're going to play Ice Till and ramp a Johnny. A Johnny will ETB. I mean, I think I just heat the Johnny now. They have no way to flip the Johnny versus they play a land. They could hold up a discharge. We're just going to hit the Johnny now. Goodbye, Johnny. We cannot keep you on board. Like the 1, down to 17, up to 18, trigger and draw. Emrakul. So we will go Forest, Ice Till, Windswept Teeth, Mill, K Command and Yard, and we will pass. Land for turn, fetch Arid Mesa 17, Mountain. Is this a Blood Moon? It's a Pyro Pitch 2. That is their land for turn, so they won't be attacking, I'd imagine. I'd be surprised if they did. We will fetch. Stomping Ground tapped. Mill. Myco Spawn to Yard. We draw. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mill. Fetch. Forest. Mill. Windswept Teeth. Mill. K Command. Fetch. Forest. And Mill. Breaker. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Don't mind if I do. Our turn, comrade. No tax. A Charmaw, you say? A Flaze, you say? Okay, so how do you want to do this? Go to main. Well, we're wanting to get rid of the Ocelot Pride for sure. The only problem with, like, I could play their Flage for them, right? But opponent's gonna say, you know what, let's just go next. That's fine too. I think I didn't want to play the Flage. I think instead we just attack in, fail to find. I'm trying to remember what else was there. Yeah, I think that's probably the right move because I kind of want them to play the Flage themselves so I can Mega Spawn kick into the Jukabog. Yeah. I think that would have been probably correct. Alright, let's go to sideboard. We will bring back Gemstone, trim a Rumble, and run it back. We can make this work. This is actually pretty good. I will keep. I will pass. Opponent also kept 7. Fledgestrand, fetch 19. Sacred Foundry Shock, 17 for Ragavan. That is unfortunate. We'll draw. Second K command's pretty good, though. We'll fetch. Forest. Sprawl. Red or for green? I'm going to say for red here. If we draw into a K return, then we're probably going to K return. Ragavan will pilfer. Ragavan finds a K command. Do you have a turn 2 moon? You do not. That is fine. Flage and Ragavan to Yard. They're 6. Not horribly relevant right now, though. I mean, I think we just angle in towards this Ugin at this point. So we're just going to Temple and hold K command. I don't need to worry about Flage just yet. I need 3 more cards in Yard and 2 more lands. Let's not belabor the point here. We're going to ramp and exile the Ragavan. And done. Ragavan down. Make 2 spawns. We'll take the 4 down to 13. Second main for bombardment. So I'll probably go after these spawns. That's fine, though. We'll sack and response. And sack and response. Alright. Flood Strand for turn and pass. So if opponent fetches surveils, put a land in or put a card in Yard, they're up to 5. I mean, if they have a fetch, they do have Arena of Glory and a Hasty Flage. I guess they could even fetch surveil, sack the Pyro, in fact, and then Hasty Flage if they find a land. So I'm thinking we just go K command here. Yes, I think that's what we have to do. I would really like to rumble, but I think I need to hold up K command. And again, angle towards this Ugin if possible. So we'll play the Ghost Quarter, and at this point we will pass. Three cards in hand. I mean, they're definitely angling towards the Hasty Flage. That much is certain. Four cards in Yard. Surveil. I imagine they just put it straight to Yard. Unless it's like in a Johnny. keeps it on top, so they're no longer angling towards the Flage. Okay. Land Shock 14. Guide of Souls resolves. Okay. Hasting Charmaw. Hasty Charmaw. Do I want to get rid of the Guide of Souls? So we're going to go 3. I might instead need to Surveil. We're going to take 6. I'm going to have to ramp and Scrydrill, actually, to try and find a land here. The only problem becomes if they sack with Bombardment, right? I'm not a fan of that idea. I mean, it's going to resolve regardless. It's whether or not we let it get a guide trigger. I'm going to say resolve. Guide trigger. And Charmaw target temple. We ramp. Resolve. Trigger resolves. Phase change. Phase change. Ramp and scry draw. And done. There's the land we need. Draw. So we need to just hope at this point that opponent doesn't sack anything to Bombardment. One card in hand. You sack Pyro or Guide. You do. Yep, that's smart. That is the right play. I will phase change. Bombardment, sacking the Guide. Now that's aggressive. Okay. Draw. Breaker. So what we'll do here is Forest Sprawl for green. I'm thinking we are going to start with Rumble and then play 6 as a blocker. Yes. Not really what I want here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was really hoping for a land. I'll grab the Mycospawn, though, because it does ramp us, and it does get Bajukabog for Flage unless they have a land to escape it next turn. Yep. Mycospawn. 6. Oh, we could have gone... Oh, shit. Well, no. I still think 6 is correct. Because 6 can block Charmaw versus Myco goes Bajukabog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a hard one. They can't haste Flage, which is relevant. But at least 6 can reach block. So that way we're not dead to a Flage in hand. Or even a... Pride is fine. A Johnny. Johnny is not fine, though. So, sack cat target what? Target me. Down to 6. A Johnny trigger. Target me down to 3, which means Flasion Yard is lethal. We will block with 6. Oh, they also have lethal just to freaking sacking. That's right. Damn. Yeah, that Johnny was brutal. It's so unfortunate. They just kept us off of 7 for so long with the Bombardment. Damn. Okay, Commando's up next. Yeah, the Michael Spawn line wouldn't have done anything by comparison. We were just short. Unfortunate. We'll be back for match 4. Alright, we're back for match 4 on the draw for game 1. Opponent will mulligan. Down to 6. Keep 6 and pass. It is Tron. Temple's pretty good. Wooded Foothills pass. Do you have Natural Tron? Starting to look like it. End step, Wooded Foothill fetch. Commercial District surveil. Sprawl top. Draw. Forest. Sprawl. Green. Rumble. There's Mycospawn. There's land. I will grab the Mycospawn. And at this point in time, we pray opponent doesn't have tower into Karn. Karn's the worst case scenario. There's tower. There's TCAS. TCAS is fine. You should probably take the Ice Tail, question mark? We have double Mycospawns, so we have a Ghost Quarter online, so I think the Ice Tail is probably the right call. Opponent's thinking, though. Like, our hand's gas. But I think the Ice Tail is the right call. Takes the K command. Interesting. Second Ice Tail? Well, yeah, that actually worked out for them. So in that case, we will Mycospawn. No kick, unfortunately. Teasy Mycospawn. Yield all. Ghost Quarter. And I will hit the mine. Yes, we will hit the mine. And pass. Forest. And pass. Unfortunate. Kicked Mycospawn. I mean, we had, I either hit Power Plant or Mine there, so I guess I had a 50-50 shot. So I need a land here. Attack with TCAS, that's fine. I need an untapped land, ideally. Draw. Perfect. So we will cast Mycospawn number 2. Unfortunately, we can't kick it. I have 4 types in yard. We could Shifting Woodland. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 short. And I still is going to be milling next turn as it stands. I think we go Temple, though. But if they take out a green source, this kind of feels bad. So you know what? In that case, we'll go Shifting. Yeah. We'll go Shifting Woodland. No attacks. They won't attack with TKS at the very least. 3 cards in hand. What are they is the question. 2, Bauble, Crack Bauble, draw a card. Forest, passing. Attack of TKS. I was about to say, you don't want to do that. I will double block. I will snap double block all day. Attack with Mycospawn, that's fine. I'll take the 3. Down to 12. End step, draw. Rumble. Don't care about Rumble right now. Ice Tail number 1. Ghost Quarter. Mill a card. Ghost Quarter, target mine. You should fail to find here. Ghost Quarter, mill a card. And Ghost Quarter, target power plant. At this point, I will pass, no attacks, and pass. What say you, opponent? Plays a lab. Do you imprint? No imprint. Talisman, sure. And draw. Opponent's in store for a bad time here. Ice till number 2. Ghost Quarter. Yield all. And opponent scooped up. We'll take the win. Alright. Some Eldrazi on Eldrazi violence right there. Unholy Heat. Disruptor Flute in. K-Return out. Bajuka Bog out. Trim Rumble and a Devourer. And run it back. Alright. Yeah, this hand looks good. I'll keep, but I'd love to see a 7-minute value spell off top here. And pass. Tease a mine, tease a map. We draw. Sire. Perfect. This lets us accelerate ahead of Tron. We will hold in case of heat. Power plant, don't care. We draw. I will play Stomping Ground Shock and Myco Spawn. Myco Spawn. Yield all. Ghost Quarter. And hold. You want to crack that map? Sure, sure. Tower. I will Ghost Quarter mine. And pass. Grabs a forest. And pass. There's another mine. Talisman passing. Don't think he should have shown me that mine, to be honest. I will sprawl for green. Ice Till. Ghost Quarter. And Bone scoops it up. We'll take the win. Alright. We'll be back for match 5. Alright. We're back for match 5 on the draw for game 1. We'll pass. We'll start with Temple here. I mean, hits off top here. Another Soul Land for K-Command 2/2. Sprawl is also K-Command 2/2. Rumble on 2 is also good. I mean, this is a really solid hand. K-Command, I say all the time, K-Command's like the best card in this deck. And if you can accelerate into an X2/2, you can almost win on 3 pretty reliably. Is this Merfolk? Shit, it is. Not playing anything main, so Hex Catcher would be my guess. I'm gonna hold. Like, if we can land this Sire, we win. If it's Fish, I'm trying to think. I haven't really stared at a fish list in a minute. Let's do that real quick. Modern fish. Where's the fishies? There's the fishies. See, it's the mono blue version, but there is... Okay, there's the Hex Catcher. We're going to cast this in response. I don't think they're on Force. I'm pretty sure they're on straight up Flare. So I'm going to ramp and scry draw. And done. Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, Ugin also hits board. It's GG's. I'll take both Ugin top, lab top draw, and pass. The worst case scenario here is probably a Harbinger, but we can play through it with Talisman. Bolt. Is this a Harbinger? Yes. Okay. That is what we figured would be the case. No attacks, though. I don't know why. We'll draw. So in that case, we'll be Stomping Ground, Talisman. Stomping Ground, Talisman. I doubt you sack anything. And then we can Rumble. We already have a land. There's an Ice Still, but we can't play it. There's Emrakul. Emrakul's kind of interesting to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're grabbing Emrakul. All right, and we will pass. No attacks. All right, we will pass. We're not going to cast this K command, don't need to. Question is whether or not I actually am going to cast Emrakul here. How does Hexcatcher read again? Hexcatcher reads non-creature spells. So Ugin's definitely off the table. Pearl Trident's fine-ish. Lord of Land. That's 8 damage. I'm in danger. So what are the chances they have a Flare in hand? I feel like it's pretty low. But I don't know. This will... Yeah, we take the beats. We're down to 11. We draw. Lab. Well, this complicates things, doesn't it? So the problem is this. We could Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. We can Ugin. They sack something. I guess. It'd have to sacrifice 2 things, and no matter what, we get to exile 1 thing. I guess they sacrifice the thing we target to exile, right? So we could go after Harbinger, which turns off... yeah, we could go after Harbinger. Playing Emrakul no longer is a good option here, right? Emrakul is no longer the best play. We could go after Harbinger of K command, X equals 3. However, doing so would only leave us with how much mana? They would sacrifice Harbinger to Hexcatcher. I guess no, they wouldn't. They want to protect it because of Temple. 1, 2, 4, 5. That would leave me with 2, 4, 6, 11. Not enough. Okay, let's do the math real quick. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, which means we can cast the K command, but if we then get taxed by Hexcatcher, we lose. But if we get rid of the Harbinger, they no longer have Island Walk. But if they have the Flare, we lose either ways. I guess the biggest thing is we slam Ugin. We can only pay for 1, right? We can only pay Hexcatcher for 1. Because we have 7, 8. We pay the 1, so they sacrifice the Harbinger. Then we have to pay the 1. They sacrifice something else. At least we're not dead on board, right? I guess we have an Emrakul. Wait, actually, hold on. How does Hexcatcher read? Sacrifice a Merfolk, counter target non-creature spell. So it's sacrifice, but it needs to counter target non-creature spell. There's no way we can just sacrifice their board just for fun. No. Damn. Otherwise we K command Harbinger. We can make blockers. Okay, I think I have an idea. If we exile Harbinger, right? They're going to sack it to Voidcatcher. They're going to sack their lords to protect it. We should have enough mana to pay through. So if we ramp and exile, this should work. I think I have that. I think I have the plan. Okay. Because 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. They sack. So we're going to play the lab. K command, ramp and exile. Exile. I'm tempted to sack a spawn here in order to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we'd still be short, so I think leaving the spawn is fine then. Well, I guess if it resolves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we could sire. But there's no way it's resolving. Not without a fight. Yeah, so I think we just play it safe. We play it safe. Done. Harbinger down, we make tokens. So they'd have to sacrifice pretty much their entire board to stop this from happening. Oh, interesting. They didn't even bother. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now I wish I sacked this token. Damn. I was not expecting them to let that resolve without issue. Huh. Well, shit. Well, in that case, when in Rome. I think that they have Island Walk, they have Island Walk, and win. 3, 7, 11. I guess a Sink in the Stupor absolutely hosed us, though. Ah, shit. Tide Shaper. Rising Tide. Sink if we play the Sire. So I don't think we play the Sire. I think we just block. Yeah, we just pass at this point, I think, is probably a safer choice. We have 3 blockers. If they have anything that can make our lands and islands, we lose. Paying cost. Trident's fine. Okay. This is fine. We go to blocks. We block. We block. We block. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep. That is fine. End step and draw Rumble. So let's see here. I'm going to Ugin's Lab. I'm going to imprint Breaker. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16, 9, 12. Let's start with Rumble. See if this resolves. Types in Yard. I'm going to take nothing here. Neither. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17, 10, 13. There's no way Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6. No, so that won't work. In that case, I think we just leave the blockers on board and cast Emrakul. Emrakul. Emrakul hits board. Our turn, comrade. Hexcatcher's fine. Sevulin. Tide Shaper. When this creature enters, if it is kicked, target land becomes an island as long as the creature remains on the battlefield. So in that case, we need to cast this. So we will cast it, no kicker. Yes. Cast, no kick. Tideshaper its board. We got very lucky there. We go to attacks. I suppose we want to get rid of the ones of Island Walk first. So Master of Pearl Trident. Block with Emrakul. And we will pass and pass. So we have blockers on board. There's the Hex Catchers. We know they have Sevulin and one unknown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sevulin. Unlock Indestructible and Ward. Attacking with the board. I will block the 5/5 Lord. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could not sacrifice their entire board, the Hex Catcher, because it needs to. It needs to target a non-creature spell. So we weren't able to do that. It is specifying counter target spell. If it was just a sacrifice ability, then yes. Kind of wish I actually attacked the Hex Catcher now. I wasn't expecting them to attack in like this. Yes. This is fine. They have one unknown in hand and done. Take 4 down to 7. We draw. Cyrus 7 Death. Stomping Ground tapped and pass, and we just kind of pray. No attacks. And pass. Land. They can't really attack in all too easily. Next turn we'll just probably Windmill Slam the Ugin and go after the Sevulin. And it has an Indestructible. So mitigate and first strike damage. Yes. I believe this is correct. Up to 14. Your board gets shrunk. You're tapped down. Harbinger's fine. We draw and we win. Because we have 20 damage on board. I guess I could have brought back Worldbreaker, but I don't think it's going to matter. Because we go after Harbinger now. Yield all. Ward 1. Pay the ward. They decided not to sacrifice things for whatever reason. I'll draw a card. And we have 20 damage on board. They must have drawn the Harbinger off the Sevulin. We got very lucky, actually. They got very lucky. Or I got very lucky, Jesus. Ooh, okay. That was tricky. There's so much that could go wrong there at so many points in time. Heat Dismember, K Return. The thing is, K Return can get played through really easily. The lowers just can make it too big, which might mean it's a dead card in hand. But Jukabog's out. Trim a Rumble. Ghost Quarter out. Probably just bring in Heat Dismember. Yes. This looks correct. Opponent could be playing Vile. Actually, no, Vile doesn't matter. I'm thinking Ritual for Cage, so that doesn't matter. And it's not like we saw an abundance of forces or subtleties. So I don't think we need Vexing Bauble. We just need to play around Flare strategically. Chord for Mutavault is tempting, though. That's true. Could be relevant, but I don't know. Well, actually, you know what? It seems like Merfolk lists are running on average like 5 basics. What do we pitch if we do that? Ugin? They might be running Force on the side, which makes Ugin a bit worse by comparison. Sure. We'll run it like this. Interesting start. I'll keep it. We'll keep Gemstone Pitch Sprawl and pass. Island, Aether Vial, fine. So we're going to be force checking. We'll draw. Heat's nice. We will Rumble. Does Rumble resolve? Rumble does resolve. I'll grab Mycospawn. This, friends, is a kicked Mycospawn on turn 2, which allows us to then accelerate into Sire. So unless they have a Tideshaper here, we should be good. Cavern Souls Merfolk, do you have a Tideshaper? Tideshaper would be rather unfortunate. You do not, so probably a Hex Catcher or a Consign. I will imprint Breaker. And green. 2, 2, 1. Miko Kick, hit your island. And pass in full. At the very least, we get a body on board. Unless they give us a trigger, which they should not give us a trigger under any circumstance. Paying cost. There's Consign. Okay, so what do you give us is the question. The body or a trigger? You give us the body, that's okay. Not ideal, but fine. Worst case scenario here is Harbinger, because that would mean we're locked out of heat. We find a soul land, we can jam Sire, potentially. Paying cost for 2. Master of Pearltron's fine. Island Walk doesn't matter. We'll draw. So missing land drops. 3 types in yard. We'll just play the Shifting Wood tapped and hold heat. No attacks. Aether Vial for 2. I'm worried about another Lord. Because if it is another Lord, then they're out of range of heat. It also means Harbinger's out of range of heat is the only problem too. So if I let it resolve and hold heat, we can't do anything. If I heat the Lord, then at least then we can block the Merfolk. I think we do heat. I think it's probably correct. And it is another Lord. Okay, so I think we play that correctly. 4 types in yard now. Especially because this Lord does not have Island Walk. So even if they do play Harbinger here, they can't really attack all too well. Tide Cheaper's kind of rude. I imagine a Temple here. It's Lab. Interesting. We'll return the World Breaker. Are you going to Violent a Harbinger thinking that I won't return the Breaker? Because if so, you're wrong. We'll pass. Yep. So it's already on the stack, so it doesn't matter that's an island at that point. So that's fine. Not ideal, but fine. We are in a tough position now, though, not being able to play anything, though. So we're going to pass. We're kind of just sitting here hoping for something. If we find a forest or a talisman, we can cast 6. They're going to exhaust for 2. Aether Vial, no. Okay. Why Aether Vial at that point? I feel like there really isn't a point in playing that. I'd rather just hold it as a bluff, right? Mega Spawn Whiff will pass. I mean, next turn they exhaust for 0, put +1/+1 counters on everything, and just start running over Mega Spawn. I'm pretty sure we lose here. I don't foresee a good way out. Yep, just exhaust for 0. Put a counter on everything. Attacking if you're 4/4s. Yep, not much we can do. We'll take the 8, down to 12. We draw. Interesting. I mean, they would need to Hexcatcher sacrifice. What say you? I mean, you should make me work for it. Because otherwise we get to play a Myco Spawn. So they sacrifice Mindspring Merfolk, the one that's already been exhausted? Yes. Uh-huh. I will pay the 1. Yes. Why are you being so aggressive here? Like, I can't really play anything of value. This is an interesting choice. Yeah, this is still fine. You really should have only done it once, and that was it. Wild. That is way too aggressive. That was way too aggressive. Like, all they need to do is once, and they would have locked me out. I guess they could have done it twice. They guarantee I don't have a land. But why they went that far is beyond me. That was a decision opponent made. Okay, command. I mean, still a dead card, but we're now in a holding pattern. Because opponent's just top decking, trying to find gas. Okay, they find a Lord. Mentor. What this do? Yeah, that's not bad. Aether Vial triggers. I mean, they're still not attacking until they find something. Is this a Lord? Yep, okay, so they win. They top deck the Lord, they win. I'm still baffled by that choice there, though. Oof, we just could not find anything. All right. Well, let's bring in Rumble, drop the gemstone, and run it back. Yes, you are right. That play was a little fishy. Criminy. I'll keep this. We have a basic forest, which goes a long way. Unholy Heat is nice. Dismember is nice. K Command's good if we can ramp into it. I'd love to see a Temple off the Rumble. Well, I guess we need the Rumble to resolve first. Wooded Foothill, pass. Yeah, drawing lands would be nice. Verge, sure. Why the Black Splash? I don't know, actually. Commercial District Surveil. Misty Rainforest top. We'll draw. I will... We didn't cut Ice still, did we? We did not. So in that case, I'm thinking Misty Rainforest fetch for a forest would make sense to have a second green source. Yes. I guess we could hold off for a turn, to be fair. Rumble. Rumble resolves. We're going to grab the Temple. And we'll pass. And hold. Cavern Souls, name Merfolk. And passing, methinks a Hexcatcher. Verdant Cat. I will play Temple. And we're going to hold here. Let's see if you have the Hexcatcher like I think you do. There's the Hexcatcher. I think we just heat you. Yeah? So that will resolve. And then heat. Hexcatcher, sacrifice. Yeah, I'll prevent that. Sure. Sounds like a good idea. Hold up K Command, hold up Dismember. Mutavault. Do you have a Harbinger? If you have a Harbinger, we have Dismember. And we'll kick the Verge. 2. Tide Shaper. Sure. In response, I'll float. K Command, ramp and exile. Actually, I think we Scrydraw exile here. And done. Do you have Consign? You do not. Ice Till, top. So it's unlikely that they have Consign, otherwise they likely would have consigned that. Double green, I mean, this actually looks really nice right now. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this is actually fantastic. Miko Kick, Verge, yield all. I will grab Temple or Shifting. Both are actually really tempting here. So next turn, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're still too short of Emrakul, so I think I'm just going to go Shifting here. And, I mean, we present 13 damage, if nothing else. We'll hold Dismember. Counter Souls, name Merfolk. Is this a Harbinger? It is a Harbinger. Okay. End step, Dismember. And draw. Breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Verdant Catacomb fetch. for a forest. And Breaker Break. Breaker Break, Cavernous Souls. Go to combat. Swing for 3. Lethal is now on board. Otawara, sure. Another Harbinger, that's fine. We'll draw. Devourer. I will go to combat. Swing for 8. Down to 9. Ice Till. I'll grab Wooded Foothill, Millicard. Grab Misty Rainforest, Millicard. Play 6. And pass. I mean, yeah, based on this board state, this game's very much over. I do not foresee a way out of this one. Tide Shaper, sure. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if we draw into a land, we can Emrakul with the Retrace. We'll draw. Speaker. Well, don't even need that. 2, 3. Speaker. Speaker Pitch, Devourer. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Unfortunately, we are 1 short, but we are going to be able to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could just Myco Spawn. Actually, have I played a land for turn? No, I have not played a land for turn. What I'm talking about. Grab Emrakul. Land for turn. Mill. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we'll just attack. Mill. Pick up Lab. Hexcatcher, sure. Block, block. Down to 1. So again, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Mill. Emrakul. Our turn, comrade. And opponent will scoop it up. We'll take the win. Solid. Yeah, that was a very good start there for game 3, for sure. Alrighty. Well, that will be the end of the league with a 4-1 record at the end of 5. Really good. I cannot complain. Our main loss was to Energy, which, I mean, when the Energy opponent has turn 1 Ragavan on, both the games that we lost, I'm pretty sure. Basically, I mean, when the Energy opponent has it, they have it. Not much we can do about, even if we play our best. Regardless, though, definitely having a good time with the list. Again, Speaker 6 seemed phenomenal. People have been asking me time and time again, is Speaker good? Are they worth it? And honestly, I have to say yes every time. I think you could run Speaker in both the Ice Till list as well as the Chrysalis list. I think you could very easily swap out 6 and both Ice Tills for 3 Chrysalis and still run Speaker perfectly fine. I think just being able to Speaker, pitch a random card, set up with K return, what have you, and pull an Emrakul for 3 mana. I mean, there's not much better you can do with that. So a 3 mana creature tutor is fantastic, especially when you're able to pitch another type to yard, pitch a K return to set up. You're able to then untap and ramp of it later, which enables you to Utopia Sprawl stack on a forest as long as you're not playing into like non-conditional land destruction. I still think that Ice Still and 6 are fantastic cards. I don't think I really have felt the need for Chrysalis at all, which is really weird for me to say because Chrysalis is a really good card. It's even a card that I have in some cases considered maybe we bring in like a couple in the sideboard, but the sideboard also feels pretty tight as well. So, I mean, with Modern Season announced for April, I mean, as of right now, if I were to bring Eldrazi Ram to an RCQ, this would probably be the list I bring. But we'll see as we get closer to RCQ season and we continue to tune the list. But with that being said, that there will be the end of tonight's YouTube video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button, comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback would be much appreciated. For as much that I hope y'all learn from me in both my success and failure, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you respawned a video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button as we continue to grow this channel. However, if you would like to watch these videos recorded live over on Twitch, you can find me there Sundays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. CST and Fridays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. CST for the weekend challenges. Otherwise, you can head over to my Patreon where you can find these videos ad-free and early. With that being said though, folks, I will see you next time. Bye-bye!